Hello everyone, welcome to the lecture on Python installation for Windows. So in this lecture we're just going to go through a video on how to install Python using the Anaconda installation setup. And just to let you know, there's also a text file along with this lecture that contains all the links and everything I'm going to show you right now, so you can go ahead and feel free to just walk along through the text for installation. Okay, so first thing you're going to do is go to Google and type in Anaconda Python. And what that's going to do is it's going to take you to the link Anaconda Continuum. So Anaconda is a completely free Python distribution, and it includes a lot of the most popular Python packages, including packages for science, math, engineering, and data analysis. And it's simply probably the easiest and simplest way to download Python onto your computer. So I highly recommend it. Even if you already have a particular Python installation on your computer, Anaconda will work even if you already have a Python installation on your computer. So feel free to download Anaconda anyways, and don't worry about it interfering with any current Python installation. So what you're going to do is then click this page where it says download Anaconda now. So at the home page, continuum.io, click download for free. Then you're going to jump to Windows. Since we're on Windows, it's going to take you to this page. Now, as we discussed before, I recommend you download and install the Python 2.7 version. So you're going to click here, depending if you have 32-bit or 64-bit Windows. If you're on a newer computer, it's more than likely you have 64-bit Windows. Something to note here, and it's actually very small and very faint, this installation takes up 334 megabytes, so it may take a while to download. But go ahead, what you're going to do is download this graphical installer, then you're going to double click the .exe file to install Anaconda, and then just follow the directions or instructions on the screen. So it's a graphical installer, should be pretty straightforward. And that's all there is to downloading Anaconda and Python for Windows. Once you've successfully installed the Anaconda distribution of Python, what you're going to do is go to your Start menu and type in Anaconda command prompt. And you should see it pop up. There's only going to be one of these. You're going to click Anaconda command prompt, and it'll take you to basically this terminal or shell looking interface. It's just a command prompt that's included in the Anaconda distribution. And what we're going to do now is install Jupyter. So let's go ahead and open a new tab real quick. So here I have this tab opened at jupyter.org. You can also click the link that's attached to this lecture in the text, or you can just Google Jupyter, Jupyter, and it should be the very first link, Project Jupyter Home. And I'll discuss Jupyter Notebooks in a future lecture, but for right now we'll just concern ourselves with installing it. So what you're going to do is go to this jupyter.org page, click Install, and you'll notice there's a whole installation page here. And what we're going to do is, depending if you're an existing Python user new to Jupyter, existing IPython notebook user upgrading to Jupyter, or new to Python, I'm assuming you're new to Python and Jupyter, click that link. It'll take you down here. Let me zoom in a bit so you can see it. So as I mentioned, if you're new to Python, they highly recommend installing Anaconda. As I mentioned before, we're going to be using Python 2.7. So what you're going to do is, once the Anaconda distribution is done downloading, go back right here to the Anaconda command prompt that you got earlier, and you're going to type in this line that they told you here, conda update Jupyter. It's C-O-N-D-A space U-P-D-A-T-E update, and then Jupyter, J-U-P-Y-T-E-R, and then hit enter. You'll notice some stuff come onto this screen. Now, I've already installed it, so you'll see mine says all requested packages already installed. If you haven't installed this yet, you'll see a huge list of packages, and then it'll ask for a prompt, install yes or no. Just put in Y for yes, and then it'll install everything for you. And that's it. Okay, so the way to check if everything worked is just type in Python here, and you should see something like this pop up. It'll say Python 2.7, Anaconda, etc., Anaconda, and you should be able to then actually type in Python command prompts into this interactive command prompt. So I should be able to say print, and do this with me, type in print, single quote, hello world, single quote, hit enter, and it printed hello world. So we're actually running Python in the command prompt right now. Okay, so let's go over just a brief overview of how to install Python. Don't worry, in the next lectures we'll talk more about the interactive command prompt, Jupyter Notebooks, etc. Right now we're just concerned with getting everything installed on your Windows system. As I mentioned, you're going to go Google Anaconda plus Python, click download for free. It's brought to you by Continuum Analytics. You're going to jump to the Windows, download the graphical installer, double click the executable file .exe. Then what you're going to do is, after you've installed it, you're going to go to Start, search Anaconda command prompt, click it, and then in order to install the Jupyter Notebooks, you're going to say conda update Jupyter. Hit enter. You'll see a bunch of text come up. It may ask you for a prompt to say yes or no to install everything. Go ahead and enter Y. To check if everything installed correctly, what you're going to do is say Python, which is just telling the command prompt, hey, I'm ready to start Python. Hit enter. You should see something like this pop up, and then you can say print, single quote, hello world, single quote, enter, and you've successfully installed Python onto your computer. Okay, great. In the next lecture, we're going to learn more about this interactive command prompt, more hello world, and we'll also talk about IDE selection, and then we'll have another completely separate lecture on what the Jupyter Notebooks actually are and why they're the best development environment for learning Python. Okay, thank you very much, and I will see you at the next lecture.